Hi, Rick Probstein, Rainmaker Recruiting Group. So this next video is a really important one. It is the number one reason, this is my perspective, the number one reason why people fail or not as successful as they want to be in sales. So let's pretend there's four different types of people. One is somebody with a super strong work ethic, and I would define this by they're constantly working with a sense of urgency. Doesn't mean that they're working 15 hours a day, but if they're working 8 hours a day or 5 hours a day or 10 hours or even 15 hours a day, they are working with a sense of urgency. They're completely focused on what they're doing, and they are moving like it is important, right? Working with a sense of urgency. Second type of person is somebody who would say super smart, right? Third type of person will take a superstar relationship person. They have that Joe Torre personality. They can schmooze up anyone, make anybody happy in any situation. And the fourth type of person will just say is somebody who's super organized, totally on top of things, has everything together. Now, if you gave me a choice, and we'll assume that the person that we're speaking about has a minimal standard of each one of these four qualities that they can be successful. The one that is most outstanding to me in terms of being a successful salesperson is work ethic, right? So the number one reason why people are not successful in sales is lack of work ethic, right? So what happens to the person? The person is not a lazy person. The person doesn't want to not make money, right? The person wants to be successful. So why are they not successful? Why do they have a poor work ethic? Why do they not work with a sense of urgency all the time? So I'm going to share with you an insight on what I think is the case, and it is as follows. So the person that has we'll call it a poor work ethic, right? They're a stock trader, and they're only really on the phone 60% of the time, when they should be on the phone 100% of the time. And the rest of the time they're futzing around doing who knows what they're doing. But they're not doing what they should be doing, which is dialing and smiling, getting dirty, and driving revenue, right? They're doing it 60% of the time. So what is going on with this person? So basically, and to simplify as much as I can, the person is not getting pleasure from what they're doing. When people are having pleasure, they're into it, right? Did you ever see somebody fall asleep while eating a steak? No, because they're having a good time, right? When people are into things and they're having pleasure, right, they do them and they treat them like they're important. So the salesperson who is not making the phone calls, in their mind, and it is in their mind, you can paint the fence any color that you want, in their mind they are not enjoying themselves, they are not having fun, right? Let's just stop 1 second, I'm going to break it down. There are three types of people, and this I heard from a tape from George Pransky, right, Dr. George Pransky. And in this tape is as follows, according to Dr. Pransky, Dr. George Pransky, there are three types of people. There are people that have fun all the time, he calls them all fun. There are people that have no fun. They're just miserable people. And then there's the 90% of people which are called some fun people, meaning they have fun sometimes and don't have fun other times. They basically, the main attributes of the person who's in the some fun phase is that they need the variables to go exactly their way in order for them to have a good time. Right? Let's say you go skiing. There's a person, that type of personality, no matter how bad of a skier or how great of a skier or what goes on, the line is an hour and a half. They're having a great time no matter what, right? Even if you're sitting there in line for an hour and a half, which is miserable, they're having the best time. That's their personality, right? They're all fun. Then there's people that are just miserable. They're not going to have fun no matter what. We all know people like that. And then there's people who, you know what? They would be having fun skiing, but the wait in line for an hour is beginning to get to them. It's a little cold. It's not quite what they thought. They fall, they hurt, right? They need the variables to go their way in order for it to be fun. So the salesperson who is not successful, right, what is happening to them mentally is that they are not enjoying themselves, they're not having a good time. And then in their mind, right, they're not enjoying it, so why are they going to do it? So they're trying to find a way not to be on the phone, not making deals, not prospecting, right, not dialing and smiling, doing what it takes to be a successful salesperson. It's getting to them, right? In your mind, you have to be strong. You have to create and find ways that what you're doing is pleasurable, right? I don't like taking out the trash, but you know what? I take it out and I do it with a smile on my face. Why? Because I enjoy taking out the trash? No, because it makes my wife happy, right? So likewise, making the phone calls, you might not actually like making the phone call, But maybe you enjoy connecting with people. Maybe you really enjoy a challenge of a breakthrough. Maybe you're just focused on, you know what, I need to make these phone calls because I like spending money going to the Hamptons. And if I want to go to the Hamptons, then I need to make money as a salesperson. And it's part of the process. So a salesperson who is not maxing himself, not working with a sense of urgency, 9 times out of 10, it is because they are not enjoying themselves. They're not having a good time. And it is all in your mind, right? So if you are a salesperson, a business person who is not working with a sense of energy, not maxing myself, please ask yourself, be honest with yourself, break down what you're doing, why you're doing it, and why aren't you doing it. And I am of the belief that the number one reason why people fail in sales is that they are not putting in the proper effort, they don't have a strong work ethic, they're not working with a sense of urgency, and the main result of that is they are not enjoying what they're doing. They're not happy, they're not deriving pleasure, creative pleasure. If they were doing those things, they'd be working very hard with a sense of urgency and they would be enjoying what they're doing much more. Thank you very much. Rick Probstein, Rainmaker Recruiting Group.